Okay, great. Going to the iCloud. Okay. Thank God for the iCloud. What would we do without it? All right.
No
Hi,
problem.
welcome
I'll
everybody.
let people in as they
Oh,
come.
okay, that sounds good. Thanks. Cool. All right, well, welcome everybody. Happy Thursday. It's good to see you all. Only equipment you're going to need for today's class is the usual, a letter ball of some sort. I see some new faces here today, so I'll just quickly explain what a letter ball is. If you have a tennis ball, an inflatable ball, really any kind of a ball, it could also be a ball-shaped object, like a rolled up pair of socks, preferably with an interesting pattern. Yep, that smiley ball works great. Preferably something interesting for your eyes to look at, because we're going to use that for a couple of visual games. So you just want something exciting for your eyes. And then 2 pencils or 2 cooking utensils, something that's easy for you to hold. If you don't have those, you can just use your thumbs, but having pencils is also a nice target. Okay, and then as always for this class, because we get into some visual and vestibular work, I got that. Yeah. Just be sure to move at your own pace. Remember, it's okay if you start to feel dizzy, nauseous, tired eyes, watery eyes, anything like that. But that also means that you've met your edge, and we don't really want to go too far past that edge. So if you start to feel any of those things, go ahead and stop, take a break, grab some water. Closing the eyes usually helps, and slowing down usually helps. All right. So I'm going to have you come back to a seated or standing grounding position of some sort. Actually, make sure I'm totally in the frame here. There. Okay. Okay, and let's just start with a little bit of a shake to the body, shake in the arms. If you're standing, you can shake the legs out. Let your breath go. And then we'll come to a still position. We'll close the eyes. And we'll start by finding your breath. Feel free to put both hands on the low belly if that's helpful for you. Seeing if you can breathe into the low belly with your inhale, and then out through your nose with your exhale. And just feeling how that belly expands with the inhale, and then drifts back in with the exhale. Expands as you inhale, and then drifts in as you exhale. I'm just going to bring your awareness to your 3 axes here. So just starting with your center axes. And I just want you to find that pillar, that vertical pillar, coming all the way up through your pelvis, up through your spine, up and out through the top of your head. So finding that vertical axis. Grounding yourself to either the chair you're sitting on or to the floor you're standing on. And then reaching up and out to the sky. And just feeling how that axis feels for you this morning. You can wiggle around a little bit. And then how does your side axis feel? So coming from the left side of your body over and across to the right side of your body. And how does that plane feel for you? Maybe you're noticing a difference between the 2 sides. And then lastly, how does that forward and back plane feel for you? So maybe just noticing the front of your body, your shins, your thighs, your belly, and chest, and face. And then working your way down the back side of your body. And how does that side feel for you? Down through the back of your head, down your back, your glutes, the backs of your thighs, the calves. And if you can sense your feet on the floor, just grounding into that. Go ahead and set your intention for class today. We'll take one more inhale, one more exhale, and we'll open the eyes. Good. All right, we're gonna open the arms up and out as if we're about to give somebody a huge hug. And then we're gonna give ourselves a huge hug, really wrapping your arms. I want you to really wrap your arms as far around you as you can. Bury your head down. Take a breath into the back of your ribs. And then go ahead and release that. Open up. If you can stretch open from the fingers, pull the wrists back, look up at the sky. Yeah, and then switch the direction. Your arms were just crossed. Give yourself another really huge hug. How far back can your fingertips reach? And take a breath into the center of your back. Good. Open the arms, expand. And then give yourself a hug and close. Last one, open and expand. And then hug and close. Okay, good. And we'll release that. We're just going to come right into our head and face here today. So we'll just start with a nice head scratch, taking your fingertips, your nails, or your knuckles, and just giving yourself a really nice head scratch all the way up and around. Giving an extra little bit of love to those tender spots you might have. Maybe the top of your head is more sensitive, or maybe it's really sensitive by your ears. Yeah. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the ears, and if you can, either sticking a finger, if this is safe for you to do so, or a knuckle just into the outer ear hole. Don't go too far in. And you're just going to circle the ears in gentle little circles. It doesn't matter which way you're going. So I'm just kind of grabbing the back part of my ear with my thumb, and my pointer finger is inside my ear. Yeah, as I was saying last week, we have a lot of bones, nerves, and tissue that innervate and make up this area. So this is just a good area to keep moving. And then we're going to take our knuckles, starting at the top of our cheekbones. Okay, let your knuckles start by just sinking into the soft tissue right under your cheekbones. And then you're just going to hold that there for a second or so, and then start to drag the fists, your knuckles down your face until you finish at the bottom of your jaw. Let your jaw go slack as you do that. And just doing that a few times through, just at your own pace, making sure you start at that area right under the cheekbones. We've got a few big muscles in this area. For any people out there that are grinders, clenchers, if you've got TMJ problems, this is a really good one. And then maybe you're noticing a difference between the two sides. Yeah, we'll do one more there. And then you're gonna let the jaw go slack. And then you're really gonna open the jaw, and then I want you to stick your tongue out. Don't worry, nobody can see you. Can you make a sound? That's it. And then we're gonna find fish lips. So squeezing the lips inward. There we go, nice fish lips, everybody. And then open, get really big, and we're just gonna start to bring our hands and our arms into it. So get big, and then fish lips, and I want you to get small. Sucking everything inward. There we go. Get big, make a different sound. Yeah, and then get small and fish lips. Yeah, maybe you make a roar this time. Good. And then fish lips. Couple more times. Channel your favorite inner animal here, and then fish lips. Okay, you've got one more time. Channel your inner animal. And then fish lips. Okay, good. Shake that out, let it go. Don't worry, I can't hear any of you, so you get to do whatever you want. Okay, we're gonna bring fingertips to that area right under the collarbones. Finding that tapping in that area, knuckles or fingertips here. And as you do this, I'm gonna bring in some eye movements. So actually, I'm gonna zoom back in here. So leaving your nose pointing forward, just your eyes. I want you to pick something to the left of you and something to the right of you for you to look at. And I just want you to dart your eyes back and forth between those two things. Making sure that those two things come into focus. It could be a painting on the wall, it could be a doorway. And you're just trying to go as quick as you can with your eyes back and forth. Yeah, for folks who are blind or visually impaired, feel free to bring your whole head into this. So moving whole head to the left and whole head to the right. For everybody else, you're just going to be doing this from your eyes. Yeah. Okay, good. And then go ahead and relax. Awesome. And you're just going to take your fingers or take your knuckles. Kind of right at the top of your chest from your sternum. This can be a tight area for some people. We talked about the armpit a little bit last week, so let's go ahead and just get that very front corner of the armpit. Remember, don't poke too much into the armpit. We've got a lot of nerves and arteries and veins running in through there. And again, you can use a fist, you can use your fingers, whatever you've got. Much. This is usually a pretty tender spot for people. Yeah, and if it feels better for you to like move that arm around as you wake that area up, you can do that too. Yeah. And then we'll switch sides. We have a muscle in here, our pec minor, which is one of our secondary respiratory muscles that a lot of us use to help us breathe. And it can get really tender in here. Instead of using our diaphragm, we might be using our chest muscles to help expand and open the rib cage up for us to breathe. So yeah, this is just a good way to give that area some love. Good. Go ahead and shake that off with your hands. Okay. We're going to bring hands behind the head, just coming into a little bit of spinal mobility, and then we'll come back to some tapping. We're going to find a side bend to the left. And then we're going to roll down and through the center, just a half roll. Don't go all the way down here. And then coming up on the other side, stacking tall. Yeah. And I just want you to move through this at your own pace. You can go as slow or as quick as you want for this one. Just rolling through the center, back and forth. Maybe finding an exhale to roll through and an inhale to stack tall. Yeah, just move at a pace that feels good for you. And as you start to roll, can we now start to go a little bit lower? And if reaching your hands up to your head is challenging, we can always cross the arms over the chest. Going a little bit lower with each one. And let's do one more here. And coming all the way up. Good. We're going to reach the hands up towards the sky. And then we're going to reach them back behind us, looking back at the hands. And we'll just take that right into an articulating roll forward. Coming all the way down to the ground. Just take one inhale at the bottom. And then exhale to roll up. Good. Lifting at the top, pulling the hands back, looking up, and then diving forward. Really try to find as much articulation here as you can. I know this can be really challenging for some people, whether or not you have hardware in your spine and whether or not you have that trunk control to find that articulation. But when you do this next one, I want you to think about your vertebra, all of those bones that make up your back. Can you sense those helping to articulate you down, rolling one piece at a time? Inhale at the bottom, and then can you find that same piece by piece articulation to come back up? Yeah. We'll bring the hands behind us, interlacing the fingers if you're able to, and opening the chest up. Awesome. Okay. Just coming into our twist and tap here. If you're standing, let the hips, let the feet move with you, giving your low back an extra little tap. Yep. Mhm. And then we'll really come to the low back, so both knuckles there. I'm using a nice soft open fist and just tapping that whole low back kidney area. I usually talk about this is where our kidneys are, but this is also where we have a really big piece of connective tissue that basically connects our upper body with our lower body. So I'm gonna have you take your hands, and again, if you can reach this. If this is hard for you to reach, you're just gonna be working more on the sides of your body. Okay, still an important part there. If you can reach your back, that area just above your sacrum, meaning the back of your pelvis, I just want you to give that whole area a rub back there. So I'm just kind of rubbing up and down. Try to take the tension off of your back. So it helps if you lean forward just a little bit. You can even use your fingernails or more of a scratching sensation just to bring a little bit more fluidity and fluid, quite literally fluid to that area. Alrighty, good. We'll come up tall. Let's go ahead and work our way down the legs. So we'll work coming down the outsides of the legs. Going as low, if you can go to the feet, then give the feet a quick rub, and then coming up the insides of the legs. You can use an open hand, you can use a fist, you can use a karate chop hand. We'll do this 3 times through. Noticing what parts of your body feel really good today, but maybe also what parts feel a little tender. Making sure you get the tops of your thighs, if you can reach that, and the backs of your thighs, if you can reach that. Okay, nice, everybody. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit more connected here. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Wait, we forgot the hands and the feet. Backtrack. Let's come back to the hands. Let's give the hands a rub. Hands or knuckles a rub. Getting the backs of your hands. And then getting your wrists. So maybe grabbing your wrists, again, using your hand or knuckles, and just giving that wrist a twisting sensation there. You can even keep twisting all the way up your forearm to your elbow, or you can use your knuckles. And then we'll switch sides. Rubbing the hand and the knuckles. And then rubbing the wrist all the way up to the elbow. For those of you that computer, text, drive for many hours during the day, this might be a really sensitive area for you. And you might even feel it more on one side than the other. Okay, good. So let's open the hands up wide if you're able to. If that's challenging for you, I just want you to lift the wrists up here, but if you can open them wide, open them wide. And then you're going to take a fist and point down. Lift and spread, point and down. Lift and spread, point and down. And we'll start to bring that into the arms. Lift and spread as the arms come up. Point and make a fist as the arms come down. Lift and spread up. Point and fist down. And then we'll bring the head into it. Lift and spread. The head looks up at the hands. The head looks down at the hands. Head looks up. Head looks down. Head looks up. Head looks down. A couple more here. Looking up. Looking down. Last one. Looking up. And looking down. Good. Give the hands a shake. Okay. Coming to the feet, if you're able to safely access your feet, I'm going to slip my socks off here. You can start by either crossing a leg over your other knee, or you can just bring the foot up. For folks who can't reach their foot, I'm going to give you other modifications in just a second here. So let's just start with a bottle cap twist. So taking each toe and twisting the toe back and forth, maybe 5 to 6 times. You're going to work your way all the way through each toe, twisting, twisting, twisting. And then you're going to wring your foot out like it's a wet towel. Okay, back and forth, wringing out. For those of you where it's hard to access the feet, if you're able to access the calves, we're going to start down at the ankle, and you can use any kind of a hand position here that you want. You can use your knuckles, dragging the knuckles up from the ankles to your knees. You can use more of a compression, squeeze and release, working your way up to your knees. You can do more of a twisting sensation. Okay, so whatever feels good for you on this part of the body, there's really no wrong way to do this. Likewise, if reaching the lower leg is hard for you to do, we'll just stay on the upper leg. And you're doing the same thing, dragging the knuckles from the knee to the hip. Making sure you reach the inside of the thigh and the outside of the thigh if you can. It's even easier for you to use your elbow, for you to lean forward and use your elbow. That's there for you too. Yeah. And just noticing the same things. What parts are tender? What parts can you feel? What parts can you not feel? Okay. And then we'll switch sides when you're ready. Either doing the toe twist and foot towel rung, doing the lower leg massage, or doing the upper leg massage. Okay, whatever is accessible for you. Just gonna watch people here. Keep going though. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good, everybody. The more attention that we can bring to, if you're able to access our feet, that we can bring to your feet and or your hands, the more information those parts of your body have about where you are, proprioception, where you are in time and space, and how you're connected to the ground. Okay, so those are really helpful things for your nervous system to be aware of. Okay, let's jump right into some letter ball here, or ball-shaped object of some sort. Go ahead and go right into playing letter ball. I'm going to throw just an extra challenge at you here for folks that have been playing with me for a while. See if you can add a small amount of spin to your ball, okay? So as you're throwing it or moving it around you, you don't have to say all of the numbers or letters you see, but I want your eyes to try to track as many letters or numbers as you can. Okay, and then when you land on the last letter or number, that still is the letter or number that I want you to read. Yeah, so just adding a little bit of spin just challenges the eyes in a different way. For folks who are new to this, I'm going to go ahead and explain this. So this is a game called letter ball. You hold the ball into your chest, pulling the ball away from you at any angle around your body that you'd like. Say the first letter or number you see, and then pull it back into your chest. Pull it away from your body, again at a different angle. Read the first letter or number you see, pull it into your chest. Okay? And you're just moving that ball all around you, saying the first letter or number you see, noticing which angles are hard for your eyes, maybe are hard for your head and your neck to look at. Yeah, if you're able to throw the ball, you could play the same game, throwing that ball around you. As you heard me mention in the beginning, if you add a little bit of spin, it just brings in a different kind of a challenge for your eye tracking. Okay, I'm gonna bring in some brain speed games for you here, bring in some movement also. If you have letters and numbers on your ball, if you catch a letter, I'm gonna have you look to your right. So you're just gonna do a head turn to your right and then back to the center. Yeah. So let's see. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. Yeah. Letter left, number you look right. So when you catch a number, you're gonna look to the right quickly and then back to the center. When you catch a letter, quickly turn your head to the left and then back to the center. So you're just trying to do this movement as quick as you can. Every time you catch a letter or a number. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch people here for a sec. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's good, everybody. And then making sure that you're catching that ball above you, over to the right, over to the left, maybe even behind you or out in front of you. I'm going to add on one more layer to that. If you catch a vowel, for those of you that hopefully have vowels and or consonants on your ball, you're still going to do the head turn, letter left, number right. If you catch a vowel, I want you to also either shrug the right side of your body, lift your right arm, or lift your right leg. Okay, whatever you have access to, a shrug, an arm, or a leg. Okay, so what did I just say? Vowel, left side, consonant, lift the right side. Vowel, lift the left side, consonant, lift the right side. Okay, we got it? Okay, so go ahead and go into that. I'm just going to be reminding you here. Letter, you look to the left. Number, you look to the right. Vowel, you lift the left side of your body. Number, you lift the right side of your body. Remember, the goal of these brain speed games is for your brain to see something, make a decision, and react quickly, okay? So no different than any other things that happen in your daily life where perhaps you're pushing yourself around and you're about to go over a bump that could be dangerous and you have to course correct quickly. Or you're stepping off of a curb, or you're driving and something happens where you need to make a quick decision. Okay, so the sharper the input is into our brain and the quicker we can process that, the more efficient of a motor output we're going to be able to do. Meaning the better and more accurate that movement is going to be. If I need to course correct in the wheelchair, or I need to step off the curb with a different foot, or I need to quickly adjust the car so the car coming into my lane doesn't hit me. Those are all things that our brain has to quickly be making decisions on, and then our muscles have to be reacting to. So this is a way to train that system. Okay, go ahead and relax. I like to explain things as you're moving, so we're multitasking here. Okay, go ahead and put the letter ball down. We'll grab both of your pencils or cooking utensils. Yeah, and let's go ahead and bring those cooking utensils out into a T, so arms straight out at your sides. I'm just going to have you start with a rib translation here. So gliding the ribs from left to right, trying to keep the ribs and the shoulders parallel with the floor. So giving the organs a bit of a massage, giving our diaphragm a massage. Yeah, that looks good, everybody. And now whichever direction we translate to, I want you to look, turn your head and look at that pencil. Translate, turn, look at that pencil. Translate, look, translate, look. Maybe inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other direction. Inhale and exhale. Yeah, let's do 2 more each way. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Good. Go and put the arms down, give them a shake. Okay. And then you're going to put one pencil above you, one pencil below you. We'll all be doing the same thing here. And we're just going to bring spinal mobility into this. Yeah, if you're able to stand, go ahead and stand. So you're going to look up at the top pencil, and I really want you to reach that pencil up, and I want you to lift your chest forward. And then I want you to curl your chest down, looking at the bottom pencil. And if you can bring that bottom pencil, so right now I'm holding that pencil kind of by my belly button. Maybe I can even lift it up towards my chest so that my eyes really have to look down. I have something to look down at. I'm going to look at the top pencil, and I'm going to push that pencil back as far as I can where I can still see the tip and it's clear. And then I'm going to look down at the bottom pencil as I curl my chest. Look up, everything lifts, and I challenge my eyes going up. Everything curls and looks down, and I challenge my eyes going down. Everything looks up. Watch people here. Yeah, there we go. And everything looks down. But really challenging. How far can your eyes go in each direction? Looking up, back behind you, looking down, looking up, back behind you, looking down. And if you start to see 2 pencils at any point, it means you've gone too far. Okay, so maybe don't lift it quite above your head as far. Yeah, and then actually I see some people turning a little bit. Go ahead and everyone switch hands. So other hand comes up, other hand comes down. If that's there for you, if that's not there for you, don't worry about switching hands. Yeah, and if using the pencils is too hard, you can just use points on the ceiling and on your shirt. Yeah, don't worry about the pencils for this one. The pencils are less important. It just gives the eyes a bit of a target. Yeah. And what feels harder for you? Does looking up or looking down feel comfortable for you? In fact, I'd like to get a reading on this. So go ahead and relax for a sec. If looking up is harder for you, can I get a thumbs up? If looking down is harder for you, can I get a thumbs down? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Most people are up. Okay, great. That's cool. Yeah, I was just curious. Okay, so we're going to take both pencils and we're going to sit here. Folks that are blind or visually impaired. Yeah, and I see some thumbs up on the emojis. Yeah, thanks, Lauren. Okay, we're going to take the pencils. For folks that are blind or visually impaired, we're going to do something slightly different, but I'm just going to start people off here. Bring my pencils the other way. Okay, so nose and head stay pointing straight forward. I want you to lift those eyes, lift the pencils so that you can still see the tips of the pencils. They're as far up and out to the sides as you possibly can where it still is within your range of eyesight. Okay, so I'm going to zoom into the camera. So I'm keeping my head here and I'm only lifting those pencils as high as where I can still see them. You're still going to be darting your eyes back and forth, left, right, but I want the pencils to be as high as possible. Don't let your head lift. Keep your head level. Both pencils are high. Both pencils are high if you can. Yeah. Okay, for folks that are blind or visually impaired, we're going to bring this more into a VOR. If you'd like, slash if you have if you do have some vision, you can still be holding a pencil out in front of you. Otherwise, you're just going to be in a nice tall seated or standing upright position, and you're going to start with a head shake as quickly as you can from side to side. Yeah, you're going to do about 20 head shakes side to side. Yeah, that's good, Julie. 20 head shakes up and down, 20 head shakes in one diagonal, upper left to lower right, and 20 head shakes in the other diagonal. Okay. Yeah. Remember, the faster and bigger the movement, the more it challenges your vestibular system. So just move at your own pace for those ones. For folks that are doing the eye movements, your eyes might be watering already, and that's okay. I can only do about 30 of these, and then my eyes are toasted. So go ahead and take a break. Yeah, you can shake the head out if you need to. I'm gonna have you do the same thing, but we're gonna be looking down now. So I want you to bring those pencils as low as you can down by your side. My hands are bent just so you can see me in the screen, but your hands can also be straight. Okay, and I have my pencils out to the side and down as low as I can where I can still see them. They are still clear, but my eyes are working. They are down, try to keep the head level. Yeah, so Nancy, lift your head just a little bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe do about 10 more each side. Keep those heads still, keep the head still, just the eyes are moving. For folks that are doing the head movements, you're working your way through those 4 patterns of moving your head. Yeah, Julie, that looks good. Okay. When you've done about 10 or so more, go ahead and relax. We'll set the pencils down. Yeah. And let's actually just close the eyes here for a sec, just to give them a break. Those can feel really intense, so it's just good to listen to your body here. And if it didn't feel intense for you, that's great. It means your eyes are getting trained and are hopefully getting a little bit stronger in that sense. Okay, eyes are closed. Go ahead and just take a roll down to the ground. We'll pause at the bottom. Take a few breaths into the back of the ribs here. And then slowly pull yourself back up. Okay. We're going to play a little bit with proprioception and coordination here. We're going to start with just using our own hands, then we might progress from there. We were doing this, I think it was 2 times ago. Actually, I'm going to stay seated. I'm just going to zoom in here so you can see me. Okay, so we're going to start hands down at your side. Okay, for those of you that are able to open and close your fingers, we're going to start with bringing the hands up and over and trying to touch the very, very tips of your thumbs together. The first try, very tips of the thumbs together, and then bring the arms down. Yep. Up and overhead, pointer fingers touch. Remember, you're not looking, you're looking straight forward. We're just trying to touch each of those together. And you're going to work your way down. Oops, wow, I really missed that one. Middle fingers down, ring fingers, pinky fingers, and you're just going to work your way through the fingers. For folks where it's hard to open your hands, you're going to be doing the same thing, but you're going to be touching your knuckles together. So maybe thumb knuckle, pointer finger knuckle, middle finger knuckle, and so on. Okay. If it's hard for you to come overhead, you're just going to be bringing your hands in front of you, trying to touch any 2 precise points together. It could even be like your wrists or the inside or the outside of your wrists. but keep your eyes closed so that you're not cheating. We're just working on proprioception, meaning where your limbs and where your body is in time and in space. Okay, so it's just that kinesthetic awareness, um, the space around you, and how your body is in it. Yeah, and I'm just looking at people here. And if that is too easy, you can even try touching the nails together, touching your pointer fingernails, your middle fingernails. Ooh, this one is definitely harder. Your ring fingernails. And you're just noticing, like, okay, I keep missing my pinkies, or I keep missing my thumbs. Okay, so what parts of your hand feel blurry, like you maybe aren't quite sure where they are in space? Yeah. Okay, go ahead and relax. We're gonna take one hand again. This is kind of a little bit coordination based. I'm gonna give folks a couple of different variations for that, but you're gonna hold. So let me explain this for people. You're gonna hold one hand on top of the other hand. So my left knuckles are sitting on top of my right palm. Okay. And I'm going to flip and I'm going to turn palm to palm, knuckles to palm, palm to palm. My hand stays steady and my upper hand quickly moves back and forth. Knuckles, palm, as quick as I can. Yeah, and if that's more of doing it with a closed fist, that's okay too. The goal is just to see how quick you can move it. Can you keep that coordination going? Or does your wrist start to do funky things? Yes. Okay, can we switch sides? I see some funky wrist things going on and I love it. Is it really easy at first and then maybe it gets harder? Is it hard the whole time? Does it feel like your wrist has a brain of its own and you're like, I'm not controlling this. I don't know what's happening. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yes, yes. Okay, good. Relax. Go ahead and shake that out. Okay, that's a really fun one to do. That can be like a good recheck assessment tool. We'll play with that one a little bit more next time, but I just really a thumbs up for that was easy, a sideways thumb for that was medium, or a down thumb for that was hard. Okay, yeah, like medium, hard, good for some people. Okay, okay, good. We've got the whole range in there. Alrighty. Good. Just coming back to a nice grounded position if you're not there already. Let's go ahead and reach the hands up towards the sky, interlacing the fingers, pushing, reaching everything up. Take an inhale into the very base of your ribs. We'll start with a side bend to the left. Pause here, inhale into the open ribs. And then a side bend right. Pause and inhale. And then back to the center. Take one more articulation down. Can you sense each vertebra rolling through for you? Take an inhale at the bottom. And then exhale. Peel yourself back up and bring the arms down. Okay, good. Go ahead and just finish with a few shoulder circle rolls. How's everything feeling for you right now? All right, we'll close our eyes, we'll still the body. Returning to your breath, feel free to put both hands on your low belly if that's helpful. And let's find all three of those axes and planes again. So starting with your center, your vertical axes. Feel that grounding from either your sit bones or your feet. down into the ground, and then reaching up into the sky out through the center of your head. And then how does your side plane feel? Just doing a scan coming from the left side of your body over into the right side. And then finishing with our front to back plane. How does the front side of your body feel? And then how does the back side of your body feel? Go ahead and think of one thing you're grateful for today. We'll take one more inhale, one more exhale, and we'll open the eyes. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining today, everybody. I just have a couple of announcements here before folks go. We just want to give a huge